friends, welcome to Yoga Poses Challenge, day 1. Today we've got forward fold. One of the most common things that I hear before people are starting yoga is, I can't touch my toes, which does not matter in yoga. We don't have to touch our toes. Actually, one of the first things that was so mind-opening to me after becoming a yoga teacher, this was during my training, was you are supposed to really invite bent knees, not only to a standing forward fold, but a seated forward fold. This is going to really help encourage hinging in your hips. So today we are going to just go over a few little tips and tricks to get that depth into the forward fold that we are looking for to touch our toes. And again, even if we're not touching our toes, this is about opening up the lower back and the hamstrings. So we're going to start in a standing position. Go ahead and come to the top of your space. You can just watch. Now, when I forward fold without bending through my knees, you'll kind of start to notice that I am straining the lower back slightly because I'm working to stretch the hamstrings. But if we were to come into this with bent knees, you'll notice how much easier it is to hinge in your hips. So we're going to try that. Let's just start by connecting a simple breath to movement. Go ahead and come to the middle of your space. The feet are going to be about hips width distance apart. So ankles and knees are stacked. Good. On the inhale, your palms are facing forward. You sweep the fingertips up, turn the palms to face each other, biceps framing the face. And on your exhale, drop your hands to your heart. Start to relax the shoulders. Inhale, circles the palms upward. And on your exhale, bend through your knees. Start to hinge at your hips as you hinge the chest forward. So we're almost coming to like a squat here, right? The belly drops to the thighs. And then on the exhale, start to tuck your chin to your chest. Let the crown of the head hang heavy. This right here, my friends, is a standing forward fold. Now, if you want a little more sensation, that stretch to maybe come to the back of the hamstrings deeper, a lot of us are going to already feel that here. You want to move towards those straightening legs. Push into the heels and lift the hips upward. Keep tucking your chin to your chest and let the crown of the head hang heavy. Good, so we're lifting up in the hips. If you can get the legs all the way straight, we're still working to keep belly connected to the thighs. Again, keeping those knees bent to allow that forward fold in the hips is our goal here. So take one more breath in, maybe shaking the head yes and no, working to relax your muscles. We're going to come out of this the same way that we came in, with bent knees. So on the inhale, bend through the knees, lift your chest, start to sweep the arms up. Notice how you're using the legs and chest to lift. Arms come high. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, let's take that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms upward. Exhale, start to bend the knees, hinge at your hips, drop the chest. Hands start to float down towards the ground, chin tucks in, crown of the head hangs heavy. Holding here for a few rounds of breath. If you want to start exploring straight legs, it's the inhale that lifts the hips high, tucking chin even closer to the chest. Good. Rebend through the knees. And on your inhale, use the chest to lift and arms sweep high. Exhale, hands to heart. So it is a really simple movement, but you notice how that bend in the knees allows you to really get the full back body opening sensation. So if you want to try this with a bind, we're going to start with just simply circling hands to the lower back. So you've got your fingertips like they're sliding into your jean pockets. The heels of our hand right here is rested on the base of that hip bone. So hands are to the back. If you feel like elbows are pulled out wide, I want you to inhale, squeeze the elbows together. Good. So elbows are coming in, Feet are still under the hips. That's important that we've got a little bit of space between the feet. We want to make space in our hips. And if this is feeling good for you, you can start to find that bind. We're going to work to bring our fingertips together. So what that looks like is making a fist behind the back. You'll notice the palms are squeezed together. Elbows are still hugged in. If we feel good here, we can continue opening the chest a little bit more with an inhale, punching the fist down, lifting through the chin. So big breath in, punch down, lift the chest, working to keep the palms together, maybe letting the hips sink forward. Good. Now to take this bind in our forward fold, same thing. We start by bending through the knees. Bring your gaze forward and hinge at the hips by dropping chest forward, chin to chest, starting to punch the fist upward. Let the crown of the head hang heavy. Good. So with that bent knees, we have the option to push into the heels, lifting the hips, letting the fist drop closer towards the front of the mat. Full breath in. Full breath out. If it's ever too much, just release the hands, let them land underneath your shoulders. Good. Wherever you're at, if we've got that bind, an exhale releases the hands. Circling hands under the shoulders. Start to walk your hands to your shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Like you are lengthening through the spine. Pull the crown of the head forward. Shoulders away from your ears. Good, like you're peering off a ledge. We're gonna hold one more breath here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Pull the tailbone back, the crown of the head forward. And on the exhale, empty your belly. Feel the abdomen hug in. One more breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, hinge in the hips, release the shins, and tuck your chin to your chest. To stand up, bend through the knees. Inhale, lifts the chest. Sweep the arms up to lift you high. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome work. I hope that this helps you through your practice. Remember, bent knees do not mean that you aren't flexible or that you need help with the pose. It is going to enhance your pose, and it's really going to give you those benefits that your body is looking for when you are practicing a forward fold, which if you are doing vinyasa is many times throughout the practice. So embrace those forward folds, the bent knees. Remember, hinge at the hips and then lift the tailbone, dropping the head heavy. Good. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2, where we work on our low lunge, pulling that knee through and then opening up the front of the leg, maybe inviting a bind. I'll see you guys there.